music and all. So Zubeen was, even at that age, when he was very young, like in school, he was very creative, but at the same time he was very wide. Wide, I think you would just say, one day what happened was that he, he complete house only, he forgot his bicycle, and he walked back. Then he found that he cannot walk so long, so he took a rickshaw. And when he got down from the rickshaw, he told the rickshaw that I will give you the rickshaw tomorrow. So the whole night he roamed around in Jyotirmoy in that rickshaw. It was a small town in those days, like a very small town, feeling. So rickshaw also knew who he was, one of the boys. So he was like that. So I think he that connect with people and connect with every kind layer of society gave him that, sensitivity to create what he did in later years. How do you expect a young 18-19-year-old boy to pick up one of very sensitive poem by one of the most celebrated poets of Assam, and convert it into a song in his very first album, which is one of the most famous songs of Gaane Ki Aane. So he was, but if you talk with him, if you see him, you will never feel he is such a sensitive person inside. Only when you sit down with him, spend time with him, you will understand that he had that thing inside. And I think he also knew how to deal with different kind of people. So if he was talking with some people who were in Assam, we call Borpujari, like very, useless kind of people, so he would also talk at that level. So you won't talk any serious stuff with that person. But if you sit with him and speak on say cinema or anything, he will talk about world cinema and what not. Sometimes we also used to get surprised at his kind of knowledge, because we also used to take him very lightly. I met Zubeen last June near Commerce College, right across opposite to Commerce College bus stop. There is a recording studio called Orange Studio, which is very famous studio, and many albums get recorded there. In music Joseph when he went to Guwahati to perform here, visited the studio. So there is a tea stall downstairs run by an Assamese lady. So I was there, and that's a hub for all the younger generation of filmmakers, actors and all that. So every evening we go. So I also go there to meet people, walking distance from my home. So suddenly Zubeen comes down from the studio, and then he sees me, and he sits there and talks with me for more than an hour. So obviously when Zubeen is there, some other people also gather, people take selfie and all that. But he was like that. He's a superstar who is very comfortable sitting on a roadside tea stall on a plastic this thing. You won't see, I won't name, but you know that any other superstar, you won't see like that. We only hear about Arijit Singh being like that in his hometown. But JNU even in Delhi or wherever, all the students from Assam who would be diehard fans, he will be like that. So I think he also drew energy from society like that. So that's why he was, apart from his singing, he was always very sensitive to various things happening in society. That's why he always said, play sports. He started, football tournament in the name of Vishnu Prasad Gaba. So he used to do that to encourage youngsters that don't while away your time, play sports. And he used to say that, read books. I don't know how much he read, but because I have never seen him reading a book ever. But I'm sure he used to read because he had immense knowledge about a lot of stuff. But yes, he was like that kind of personality who unlike Utpal, who was, that he is a scholar. He had studied in Columbia University in 1950s. He did PhD on mass communication when India probably didn't know the word mass communication. He did his PhD in those times. Zubeen was not like that. Zubeen, in fact, didn't complete his graduation. But his study was like, he studied the society, I think, and that's why you see all his songs. He strongly criticized Alpha in his song Peak, at the peak of Alpha. Like he criticized Alpha once. to his songs. He spoke many political stuff and social stuff to his songs, very much like Utpal again, but personality wise they were very like chalk and cheese. You cannot compare them personality wise. But I think we were lucky to kind of have him in our lifetime, and I think there are several other singers who have been there, who are still there, who pick up social issues to their form of whatever they practice, music, cinema and all. But Zubeen was like a multi-talented and layered personality, and who actually impacted the Assamese society like no one else, and which we have seen, which people who are not from Assam saw when he passed away. In fact, I was also personally very surprised at the emotional response of the crowd when he passed away, because like we keep him beating. So I don't feel like if I meet Jyotirmoy or any of you, I won't feel that you are such a special person. If you keep on meeting, it's like, okay, he's like one of my friends and he's very popular, he's fantastic singer, we all love him. But that emotional connect he had, actually we saw after he died, right? Otherwise, people have died earlier also. So many famous people have died. But you have not seen this kind of madness in people. Why? Where is the reason, right? So I think all this makes Zubeen very special, and even after his death, it's so powerful. You see, everywhere it's about anything about Zubeen, it becomes so big in news, so big in social media, everything. So I think all this combined, I think that's where that whole personality of Zubeen was and will continue to be. Of course, he was a very controversial person. Also, we all know he used to do a lot of controversial stuff, or used to speak controversially. And I think that is like many people used to do. Many people do it, many creative people, but some people are very careful about what they speak in public or how they behave in public. Zubeen was not like that, very spontaneous, and he would speak his heart out. So yeah, I'll maybe talk about some of the other aspects later on. It took a long time, so I'll pass on the mic to you.